Welcome to Inside the Artist's Mind with your hosts, Jay Harmon and Sally Barnard. Jay and Sally have always wondered what the inspiration is that drives others to create and express their art. Inside the Artist's Mind, we'll dive into the mind of the artist and teach us more than we ever knew. Enjoy the show!
Hello and welcome to Inside the Artist's Mind. My name is Jay Harmon, and this is my assistant here, Sally Barnard. And we are artists, and we are here to talk to creative individuals about what they do and how they do it, and what inspires them, and what is their motivation for whatever they do. So,
Okay.
I
was just having a lovely conversation with you, so we'll continue with that.
She'll be coming on in a little bit.
Right, okay. Oh, it's just me.
Uh-huh.
Right now.
Just you
Okay,
right now.
Jay. Okay,
I'm just
what do you
talking
want?
to you.
Yeah, we're very casual here, Jay.
We
right?
are.
Okay.
We're very casual.
So ask me a question and I'll give you the answer.
Oh, okay, and you won't tell me a lie. Okay.
I'll try not to.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about your your artwork and your upcoming things that's going
I'm
on.
a busy lady at this time of my life. I have my show here, which it's not the same as this. It's called Call Me Zena for people that might be listening that know me. But I'm also now going what I started to do 2 years ago, but I'm putting my art on clothing. So it's going to be very
Wonderful.
verified, like variety. You're going to have dresses, sweaters, jogging pants, and maybe, just maybe, shoes. So I'm really excited.
shoes.
Maybe I'm thinking about that. So I'm very excited about doing that.
Is it going to be primarily ladies' clothes?
No, we're having children's clothes too. Men's, ladies, and children.
Oh, so all varieties
All
of...
varieties. I'm going to go full-time with this. Well, not full-time
wow.
with my time, but
That's great.
on my website, yes. Yeah,
That's
so I'm
great,
excited about
awesome.
that.
So
Yeah.
when should we expect that to be...
It's going to take a few months because it takes a lot, and I didn't realize the work involved with just planning where you're going to put it on the clothes, on the dresses. I didn't realize how much actually goes into it because my art is kind of different, so he's going to figure it out.
But it really lends itself to
yes, it does.
For patterns for clothing and whatever.
So I have a lot of designs, so we've got to pick out the designs first. So now, how about you, Jay? I know you have some new...
yes, I have, as of right now, I just finished a new piece, and I'm going to show it here for the first time today. This is...
beautiful.
This is... I call it Butterfly. Pretty original.
Well, I would think that would be a good name.
Yeah, and it's done in the Art Nouveau style that I have been working in, and this one, it was quite detailed. I have been working quite a lot on this one because first it's almost like two different paintings. I had to do the entire background in one color mode and kind of a pastel colors, and then the butterfly itself I put on in very bright colors and very outstanding colors, so it would really stand out on the.
It looks almost like three-dimensional. It comes from the background, standing right out. Beautiful.
That was kind of my idea, that I wanted it to really pop.
And it does.
And this is nice, and for anybody who's interested, it is one of my pictures that is available here at the gallery, and we are located in Boca Raton, and we would love for you to come in and check out the artwork and the pieces that we have here, and my website that I have that this will be added to is www.coloredpencilsartist.com, and we would I'd love for you to check it out. Go to the website and see what you think. All my artwork is for sale, and it's also available as prints and also as merchandise, shirts, cups, hats, etc. So it would be great if you could just go and check it out and drop me a line. Let me know what you think. Okay, so anyway, this is what I'm currently doing.
Beautiful, Jay. Beautiful.
So thank you.
So now we
And
introduce our beautiful guest sitting over there.
okay, well
I'd
we
like to
can
give
we
the
can
intro-
we can put her on now if
Yes,
you like.
I would
Okay,
love
would you like
that.
to
I'm
introduce
sure you'd
her?
love to hear and talk a little bit about yourself.
Uh-huh.
If you would like to introduce.
Okay. And our guest today is Liz, and she is a creative marketer, and she does creative marketing, branding, and so on. What we would like for you to do is tell us a little bit about what you do and how you got started in this, and what is your inspiration for doing this.
Yeah, for sure. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. Honor to be here with such artists, guys. And yes, as you mentioned, Jay, I have a marketing and creative agency. It's kind of funny how I got into it. I always kind of knew that I like graphic design, computer design. I always did it when I was in school, in high school, and it kind of just worked out where my family also had businesses, and I would start doing the marketing for them. I would start doing the advertisement on social media, put together graphic designs for them. And even when professionally I wasn't having jobs that were specifically for marketing or design, I would still kind of implement those skills that I had learned through the years of practice, and I would always implement designs, and they would I work in a call center, so they would share my designs with the whole company on their emails, which was a pretty big company. So it was like the first kind of like touch of the marketing and design aspect, and I just fell in love with it. And as soon as I could, I started working on a marketing department. I even like scaled up from another position to the marketing, kind of like showing what I was able to do. And from there on, it has just been everything in my life has been marketing and design, and I love it, honestly.
Yeah. When did you? Were you kind of young when you decided that you wanted to do designing like this, or?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I didn't really consider it like when I was in school, and they would ask me, "What do you want to do when you
Well, she's
graduate?"
kind of young. I think she's
Well,
still
she's
would
still young,
qualify
but I'm
as,
talking about your very early years.
Yeah. I guess I never really
To
thought
us,
about
she's
it.
very young, right?
I guess I never really thought about it, but once I started on the professional work, actually, I started working as soon as I could. It really came to me that this is what I love to do, and when I would do my art, my graphic design,
Right.
or edit my videos, do web design, I would really light up.
You know, it's funny, and I do talk about this a little on my show. If you follow your passion, it'll always show up, even if you're not, because mine at a very later on in my life. But when you follow that passion that you really love, it'll show itself, and it'll show itself again. And when you start following it, everything sort of falls into place.
it'll fall
into place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
into
for
place
sure.
and
Which looks like it's
and
certainly done
everything,
with
and
you.
because that's what we've both done is to kind of follow our passions
Right.
and to wherever
It leads.
it leads.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for both of us, we kind of came together here.
Yeah, we
And-
kind of met on the studio.
Yeah.
Here, in the studio on air.
and we are both artists, and Sally's art is
Very different.
very different from mine, but
Yeah.
it's very both of us have different passions for what we do, but still the process is very much the same.
So from your story, it looks like one thing led to another to get you to follow, which you were following your passion, which
Yeah.
you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. And even when I knew I liked it, but I wasn't sure it was my passion.
Right,
And
right.
then one thing led to another, and yeah, I discovered that this is what I really loved. And there's really nothing that makes me happier than because I'm also a creative mind.
Right.
And I have like ideas in my head, and when I can translate them into a design on my computer to promote a brand, because that's kind of where I merge both of my things that I love,
Right.
right?
Uh-huh.
I communicate or I market a company through a beautiful branded design for them. So when I'm able to actually put those in the screen, make them a reality, it's honestly so fulfilling.
I was just going to say, it's very rewarding when you
Yeah.
actually see what you're doing, and then you see it as you're progressing, and then you see the end product.
Yeah.
There's nothing better. You fulfilled what you're meant to be doing
Completely.
at that point.
And in
It's
my
really-
field,
yeah.
at least, like I can create the creative. It's kind
Right.
of like the pre-production part, and then I can put it, like communicate it,
Right.
and maybe make an ad or some other form of communication. I can see the results. So it's
Yeah.
like a really full circle moment when I get to create all the things before, but then also promote them and see how they're performing.
Yeah,
It's-
it's rewarding.
Yeah,
And
it
anybody
definitely
that's
is.
listening, and I'm sure we have many artists on different fields. I mean, even to singers, it's rewarding when you are doing what you
Yeah.
need to do.
Oh yeah,
Not
when
need to, want to do.
You know, the process is what we've talked about. You know,
It's
here
the
on
journey
the
of
show.
getting
It's
there, yeah.
it is a whole journey. You don't just do it. I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
there is a whole process that goes into everything that's
Right,
created.
exactly.
And you know, if we could ask you a little bit, you know, about branding. What is you know, what is the process for that, or how do you?
Sure. So basically, a big part of branding that some people don't really think about is the audience. So what a lot of times when we are starting a company, we think, oh, maybe I want the logo to be this or that, but we actually have to look more like we have to look further than that and think about the audience. I was giving an example. It's not the same to think about a company that kind of like sells healthy, fit food than a company that sells burgers or fried food, right? They're going to have two different audiences, and the way we communicate, it's different for each of them. So when we are jumping into branding, the first part is a strategy where we look into what is the company, what is their mission, their values, who is their audience. And then based on all of that, then we go into building the brand identity or the branding, where it's not only a logo. It's actually more than a logo nowadays. It used to be people would only think a logo, but it comes with colors, fonts, an icon.
So a lot
like-
of depth goes into this. You really
Yeah.
get to know the person that's wanting
yeah,
the
and
website.
get to know
or-
the
yeah,
business,
yeah.
the
People
also
don't
the
realize
entrepreneur.
that behind it. Yeah, I see
Yeah.
that. It's important, and then you market it and do what they want, but with your
Exactly.
ideas.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
and for
amazing.
example, if you see like huge companies like Facebook, McDonald's, like
Yes.
sometimes you don't even need to see the logo to know that it is them, and that is
Yeah.
what we really want to achieve with branding. We
That's
really
beautiful.
want to make sure that you have brand awareness and that people recognize you.
It's funny,
instantly.
I was thinking that the other day because Nike is a very good example.
They don't even
And I'm
need to put
thinking,
Nike
you don't
anymore.
Need, nothing.
No, all
Just
they have is
one little
Yeah,
logo,
and you
one
already
little
know what it
symbol,
is.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And I was thinking that to myself the other day. I thought, how amazing. They had to have started somewhere.
Yeah.
But just a little logo, you know exactly
It
what
can
they
make a
do.
difference,
Yes,
yeah.
it makes a very big
I
difference.
know
It's incredible,
that's
right?
what is a thing about it. When your logo is known well enough that you know they
so
just
then
see
you know
it,
you've
Yeah.
made it.
and
yeah.
and they know who they're.
The
we're
closest
talking
I
about.
get to that is my art because it's a little different. So they look at one piece of my art and they'll look around them. Oh, we
Yeah.
know what the other art is.
And that is your branding
It's
because
my-
it's not
yeah,
even just
yeah.
a logo.
Yeah.
It's, for example, if we're talking commercials, is the look of it, maybe the colors, like everything's different in regards to your branding. And your paintings are your branding as well.
Exactly,
Is what
yeah.
defines you and your business
Yes.
Right.
as what they are and your personality.
And yours, Jay, with the pencil look, it's
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
beautiful. Yeah,
I try to have my style as you know, it's quite unique. It's different from you know, from a lot of artists
Right.
because you know, number one, I only use pencils, and number two, I use styles that haven't really been done before in pencil.
Yeah.
So it's you
It's
know,
the
different.
uniqueness. We all have our own unique too.
Yeah.
We have a passion and we're unique. And I think when that unique is expressed with your passion, it really turns into something really good. As
Yeah.
listening to you, I see now how much work actually goes into putting a website or something together.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I
not
know,
just,
I'm-
we'll do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of strategy behind that. A
Right.
lot of times we want to jump into the creative really
Exactly.
quick, which is also my favorite part. But
yes, of
there's a
course.
lot that needs to be thought about before,
Right,
for sure.
right. Yeah.
So you know, so we're just here. I was wondering, how long have you been doing this now?
So counting all my experience with my family businesses and all of that around 6 years.
6 years.
Yeah. I started really, really young. As I said, like I started.
Which goes back to what I asked you before. She's still young, but you started, I meant younger. So you did start at that
I started
point,
like
yes.
basically as soon as I could. And even before that, like even the work that I didn't know it was part of my work. I was practicing, I was learning skills that are useful for me nowadays. So I started really young, and it has allowed me to learn a lot and practice a lot, definitely.
But, you know, at a younger age, you're not sure exactly, but you just know you're doing something that you really like,
I just knew that
Yes, you
I
feel
enjoyed it, even when I was making a presentation for a class, and I would take
Exactly.
the background of the images and make it look like, I don't know, it just brought
And
me
then
a lot
suddenly
of
it becomes
joy.
real, and you're going, oh,
Yeah.
I think I want to continue doing this,
Yeah.
which is obviously something that you did, right?
So
Yeah.
I bet in your business you get to meet a lot of really creative people, and you know, different people doing different kind of things.
Yeah, and what's funny, it's I get to meet creative people that are creative in different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because
of
not all of us have the same type of creativity, right? Maybe
Right.
if you put me to paint one of your paintings with pencil, I will suck at it. But that's your type of creativity. You have
Right.
a different type of creativity when you're kind of in the same
Right.
realm. And I have another different type of
Of
creativity,
course, yeah.
and maybe another person's really creative to solve problems. So there's really a lot of types of creativity that I deal
Right,
with.
yeah.
And I have the pleasure of dealing with entrepreneurs and business owners that are either starting their brand, or maybe they have already started it. They're kind of like a medium-sized business now, but they need a refresh. And
I love
yeah.
what you do, because you do take the time to listen, whereas many people say, oh, okay, we can do this, and they're doing it their way. But you do it your unique way, but they have given you what they need there. And that to me stood out very much when you said that to me. I think it's important
Yeah.
because you listen, and then
Yeah.
you can show them it's still their way because they're okaying what you've
Yeah.
done. But that's very important.
And the idea
what
is
you
also
do.
to find a balance, right?
Yeah,
Because
of
I obviously
course.
want to listen to the entrepreneur because it's their brand, it's
Of
their
course.
vision.
Yes.
But there's also a big important part of the audience that it is going for.
Yes.
So we try to balance those two out,
Yeah.
merge them into what ends up being the actual brand identity that we develop, or the
Right.
website, or there's a lot that comes with it.
But your professionalism with what you're doing, you can tell them this is what I can do, and how would you
Exactly,
like
and
that?
explain,
And
because a
they
lot of
don't
times-
know. They wouldn't. I
Yeah.
wouldn't know. I'm
And that is
learning
part
a
of, like,
lot.
for example, when we do a branding package, we provide a full branding guidelines document where we explain what comes behind the logo. Because sometimes, like, for example, FedEx.
Mm-hmm.
You see the logo on FedEx, and a lot of people don't realize that it has an arrow.
It does. It has an arrow in
And
it.
and once
I
you
didn't
see
know
that,
that.
you can't unsee it.
I know
But-
Amazon because I use it every
Yeah.
day.
Well, you
Yeah.
know, you know the Amazon, their logo, what it is.
Right? Yes. Well, they're at my door every day, so I kind of
I know, but I
It
mean
goes
the
from-
arrow that they have on
No,
there.
I don't know what the
Yeah,
meaning behind it
if you
is.
look at it, there
It's
on
like
the
a-
bottom it goes from A to Z. There's
Oh,
Meaning they have
there's
everything.
Yeah, I know it. I recognize
and
it
that,
anywhere,
that's
but
what,
I didn't. Oh,
see,
okay,
each
okay.
different logo that way has
Yeah.
a reason.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
it's
But you know,
something.
although I've been doing this for a little while, but I've always left it to somebody else to do it the way that they do it. Is they're professionals. It's okay, but I do see that it's important to put your point of view there and know the meaning behind it.
Exactly.
Now I'm going to look at things differently and realize that
Oh,
it's
yeah.
a
Next
meaning.
time you see that FedEx
Yeah.
logo.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
And,
yeah.
You know, so it makes a big difference if you
It's,
are taught what you are trying to sell.
Yes, absolutely.
And as to because a lot of times you see something and it doesn't.
oh,
Oh my goodness!
oh my gosh, that's
we just had a.
We had a little accident. in the
that's
studio.
funny. I mean, it's not
it
funny,
was,
but it should fall down in the middle of the show when we're talking all about art.
yeah,
Like,
we're talking about art, and
That
we
won't
have
break, I don't
art
think.
It
going
had
off on
something
its
to
own.
say.
Luckily, there was nobody sitting there. I'm sorry
Yes.
about that to our audience that's listening. Well, that would be appropriate on my show. Call me Zena, not so much here.
That was,
it's okay, Dawn. I don't think anything would
You
have
know,
put
yeah,
nobody there.
everything
no
looks like
equipment.
it's still intact.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So we're
All
good.
sorts
but,
of things happen when I'm sitting.
But that's
Yeah.
live television, you know.
Yeah.
We,
Yeah.
we're,
Surprise.
we
There's
see
nothing
that. But,
that broke. So everyone's intact.
yeah. But anyway,
We're all intact. Yep.
um,
Yes. It's just on
okay.
the wrong show. It happened. Okay.
Okay, we're going to cut to a commercial, and we will be right back right after this.
Looking for art to add to your collection? Well, look no further. Here at Ant Media Studios, we house tons of art, ranging from abstract paintings to realistic portraits. Come on in and find the art that fits your home. Any and all art is up for sale, so pick yours up today. Stop by at 2400 Northwest 2nd Avenue, Boca Raton, Florida 33431. See you there!
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Ant Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422. Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft, silk, touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last.
Welcome back to Inside the Artist's Mind with Jay Harmon and Sally Barnard. To be a part of the conversation, call 888-994-4995, Studio A. Now back to the show.
Well, I
And
find
we're
this
back. Okay.
so
now,
interesting. I'm learning a lot. Okay, I'm learning a lot.
Yeah, I am too. This is very,
Yeah.
very good. We talk on our show with a lot of people from a lot of different creative things, and I mean everything from actors to
Singers, right?
musicians to singers to visual artists to anybody who has. We had people who run a restaurant.
Yeah, because art itself, not to interrupt, but it goes
No.
along with what you're talking about, comes out and we're expressing ourselves, be it cooking, be it art, be it anything, and singing especially.
I know.
So I just
There's
realized that when we started
so
our
many
show.
different forms of art.
It's like a language, right? Like each
It
one
is.
of us has their language
It's an
in regards
unspoken
to art and
language,
creativity.
well, as a singer, but it goes out into what we're creating, and that's really interesting. And having
And-
done this show now, I'm seeing that very.
And if you since I've really been with the show,
Yeah, that's what I
I
was
see
saying.
things now everywhere I go. I see art galleries. I mean, just as you go out, just if you look around, and it's beautiful. And I see a lot of inspiration comes from nature.
A lot comes from
I'm
nature.
seeing
yeah.
I'm seeing that a lot now. I'm just mystified by some of the things I'm seeing in nature now and how that can lend itself to things, and I'm liking that. Like like my butterfly picture here, I was inspired a lot from nature.
And I'm glad, my first reaction was of the butterfly is that it stands out, which is
Yeah.
3D, and that's what you wanted to create, and you
Right.
succeeded very well
Right,
with that,
and,
Jay.
and that was
yeah.
that was a thing. But the whole process for doing that is that there's a lot goes into
A lot
it.
behind the scenes, so to speak,
Yeah.
right? We do
People
a lot
don't really
behind
understand when they see a picture. Oh, well, that's nice, but
Yeah.
well,
and that's what we try to showcase here, and you're a perfect example
what-
of that.
What's
because-
behind the scenes? What
yeah.
goes into what you do?
Oh yeah, I mean, a lot goes into what I do, especially when, for example, ideating or creating a new logo. If you see the files on my computer, it's a whole mess, but it's part of the discovery process, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's going to be different for every single brand. Sometimes it comes easy, sometimes it doesn't. And I'm sure we all have sometimes creative blocks.
Yeah.
And sometimes we cannot really think of what we want to show, but it comes
And
and
it's
also a
amazing how it
determinant.
actually comes out, because I started painting well, not that long ago, but probably, I mean, about 15 years ago, but I had never had an art lesson. So when I did not have a style because I didn't know what I was painting. But over the years that I've been doing this, my style changes, but I don't know if this happens with a lot of people, but it has happened with me. Why am I bringing that up? Because I stopped painting for a while this last few years, and I said, how can I have a different style? It won't be different. And this is what happened. So you never know, and I'm sure that
as an artist goes through their life,
phases,
they will have
right,
different phases, different
You
kinds of
evolve.
styles.
Definitely.
It's whatever is really affecting them emotionally or artistically at the time.
Which is a huge part too. I mean, I'm
so
sure
even with
you're-
what you do, going back to what you do, yes. I mean, it depends also you're creating and what you're feeling actually at that moment, although you know
Yeah.
that what to be,
Yeah.
what they want.
Yeah, and sometimes
And
it helps to go in touch with that emotion to really understand. And that's why it's so important to know the brand and their
Very.
vision and who's talking to who.
Yes.
Because it allows me to really get in their shoes.
So I would think,
and-
do you
Right.
start, it's kind of like an interview with them, I would imagine. You want to know
Pretty
more
much
or less.
we do
yes.
we do an onboarding form where
Right.
we learn everything about their business. I mean, the
Yeah.
more we know, the more we can
Right.
really be of help to provide that actual brand identity. Because the idea is for it to be
'Cause
forever.
Because I'm sure a lot of times your client doesn't really understand the idea for a brand or what they're supposed to fit into, and they don't
There's-
understand it, and you have to create that.
Yeah, there's both. There are clients that come to me with a really set idea on what they
I was
want to
just
do.
going to ask you that. Yeah.
And there's people that come completely, open-minded for new ideas, and both are different in their ways. Like with
So how
people-
would you handle someone that, I'm sure that it's their product and their idea, but you may see I'm not saying that you do, but you might see a slightly different version on how you would do it yourself.
Yeah.
So there's that balance, which I always talk about on my show. You've got to
Yeah.
have that balance of what they want and how you want to present
Right.
it.
Exactly.
Right.
So anyway, we have to wrap up right now. But anyway, thank you, Liz, for coming in and telling
you
us
for
a little
having
bit
me.
about
Thank
what
you
you
so much.
about what you do. If anyone out there is creative, and I know a lot of you are, I would like you to get in touch with us here at the studio. It's 1-888-994-4995, and we would love to talk to you about the creative process and just what you create. And you can have your artwork on the show. You can, if you're a singer, you can sing on the show. You can do whatever you like.
You're
We're
a
just
cook, you can cook on the show too.
you can cook. You can do whatever
Whatever your
whatever you
talent or your
do.
passion is.
So anyway, thank you and thank you.
Thank you.
And
I'll see you next
we'll
week.
see you next time. Okay, have a great day.
Thank you, Liz.
Thank you for watching Inside the Artist's Mind. We hope you enjoyed the show. Tune in next week as we explore more about the artist's passions and inspirations.